Good evening. A draft report into the Home Secretary's conduct concluded last summer that Priti Patel did break the rules on ministerial behaviour, sources familiar with the contents have told the BBC. The report, carried out by the government's independent advisor on standards, Sir Alex Allen, is said to have found evidence of bullying, even if it had not been intentional. It said the Home Secretary had not met the requirements of the Ministerial Code to treat civil servants with consideration and respect. Sir Alex's report is understood to have looked at Ms Patel's behaviour at 3 different government departments: the Home Office, Work and Pensions and International Development. It also mentioned that she herself was met with some challenging behaviour. If proven, convention dictates that a breach of the Ministerial Code results in resignation. But could Priti Patel lose her job? I'm joined by our political editor, Nick Watt. Nick, what can you tell us about this report?
Well, Boris Johnson tomorrow will publish his judgment into the conduct of Priti Patel after the fact-finding report by the Cabinet Office.
But first of all, let's talk also to Deanna Davidson, who represents the South London constituency and Home Affairs, and from Halifax by Labour's Shadow Minister for Immigration, Holly Lynch. Let's come to you first of all, Dave Penman. What do you make of unintentional bullying?
Well, it seems that the Prime Minister has now decided that, despite what it says in the Ministerial Code, bullying is OK as long as it's...
But this is not traditionally what happens with these reports. I mean, you know, it's a very tough job being a minister. You know, because you're at Shadow Immigration, you know that it's under a great deal of pressure. Things have to get done. Perhaps simply, Priti Patel is just being a robust Home Secretary.
These are incredibly high pressure.
The civil service, that was in its manifesto. And actually, in the report, Priti Patel herself, apparently, in the report it says that she has faced challenging behaviour.
Well, if that's...
Would wait to see how the allegations panned out to be absolutely clear.
It was, but 9 months later, with the report sitting on his desk for 3 months, with a report that it would appear to say that she has breached the Ministerial Code and yet potentially...
More broadly, the atmosphere. Do you think that there could be a culture of bullying?
I don't.
You don't. Dave Penman, if tomorrow the judgment is made either to exonerate or indeed to censure, but certainly not that Priti Patel should lose her job, do you accept that this has to be the end of it? Because that is indeed what usually happens with these things, that a line is drawn under them.
Of course, it's down to the Prime Minister.
Oh, very much indeed. Cast your mind forward to January and 2 million or so students on the move around the UK, heading back to their colleges and universities after the festive period at home. The governments of the constituent parts of the UK are all focused on reducing the spread of the virus in order to allow families to congregate at Christmas time. We know that travel boosts virus numbers, so will insisting students return to campuses in January risk a repeat of what happened in September, undo the good work of the lockdowns right now, and risk inflaming an already fraught atmosphere on campuses around the UK. Our policy editor Lewis Goodall reports from Manchester, where students have taken matters into their own hands. Thank you all very much indeed. The Golden Globe-winning Irish actor Gabriel Byrne has a career on stage and cinema that spanned more than 40 years, from the plays of Eugene O'Neill on Broadway to films such as The Usual Suspects and the TV series In Treatment. But in his new memoir, he reveals that his outward success has, at times, masked a more troubled life. In the book, Walking with Ghosts, he lays bare the repeated abuse he suffered at the hands of a priest and how he confronted that many years later. He reveals the depths of his own alcohol addiction and his ambivalence towards fame, alongside a lyrically expressed love of the characters, landscape and stories of his Dublin childhood, where it seems from the page that his heart still lies. He joins us now from his